Hey YouTube, Coppersan, thanks for tuning in again. In today's video I will show you the Heavy Gunner class and all its skills on my level 50 Heavy Gunner. Let's jump right into it.
What's up?
So here is my level 50 Heavy Gunner. The first skill is the bullet spray skill. You can hold the skill down to keep firing bullets and change the direction that you are firing in with the arrow keys, or the mouse, depending on your setup of course. You can also tap the skill twice to trigger a 2-hit combo. This skill will be your main attacking skill for the first part of the game, and depending on your build can be maxed out if you so desire. One of the advantages of this skill is that it has massive range, allowing you to hit enemies from a distance. The second skill is called Gatling Fire. This skill damages 5 enemies up to 3 times who are 8 meters in front of you. You can keep pressing the skill to trigger a 3-hit combo. Unlike the bullet spray skill, this one does cost spirit, but the low cost makes it very spammable. It's a great mobbing skill for a low spirit price, and you will be using this skill a lot. The third skill is called Lock On. This skill does a lot of damage to a single enemy and can pierce multiple targets if they are in the line of fire. For 15 spirit it's quite a cheap skill, but the long cooldown doesn't make it very spammable, and I personally do not really use this skill that much. The next skill is called Advanced Bullets, which is a passive skill that buffs the damage of bullet spray, Gatling Fire and Lock On by 1.5% per level. Again, if you're going with the Gatling Fire, Lock On and bullet spray skills, this might be useful to max for you. Up next we have Magnetic Bomb. This is by far one of the most useful skills of the Heavy Gunner in my opinion. Using the skill you can launch a magnetic bomb that damages up to 8 enemies and decreases their movement speed. This skill is super useful for keeping enemies at a distance and works really well combined with other skills. The damage over time and decrease in movement speed are a big plus as well. So you like some high damage numbers, then Electric Blast is the skill for you. You can hold the skill down to charge up a blast, dealing a lot of damage, and like up to 3 times to 8 enemies. This is a great mobbing skill. It also knocks enemies back and is a really fun skill to use in my opinion of course. It's great to combine it with Magnetic Bomb, keeping the monsters in place while you charge up your devastating blast. Next is the Advanced Pulse Weapon skill, which increases the damage of Magnetic Bomb and Electric Blast. It's a passive skill similar to Advanced Bullets. Blast Charge Kit changes the playing field for Heavy Gunners. This skill unlocks at level 50, so it will take some time before you get it, but what it does is it changes Electric Blast into a spammable skill. You will no longer need to charge the skill, but the damage is also reduced. However, being able to spam giant beams of electricity is totally worth it. The spirit price is quite heavy though, so you'll need to reload every 3 times you use the skill. After unlocking the skill, I am not using Gatling Fire or Bullet Spray anymore, just spamming this over and over. The next skill is Rocket Launcher. You shoot a rocket that deals fire damage to a target and then explodes to deal additional damage. But that's not all, there is more. The area of the explosion also burns for 8 seconds, dealing more damage over time per second. This is another great skill to combine with Magnetic Bomb. Fire Magnetic Bomb, then a Rocket Launcher to deal massive damage over time while the enemies are stuck. Next you start firing your Electric Blast to push the monsters back into the burning area. Rocket Launcher also pushes you back 1 block, so you can also use the skill to avoid certain attacks or create some distance between you and the monsters, if you're like lacking some stamina to use Jet Boots. More about Jet Boots in a bit. And if you are a fan of rockets, you might like the Homing Missile skill. This skill fires 3 homing missiles, dealing damage, that's about it. There's a 10-second cooldown though, but it only consumes 15 spirit. I can't really say much else about the skill because I didn't really use it and I did not find it that great. Then there is M-Bomb, which stands for Maple Bomb, Massive Bomb, no one really knows. What is sure though is that it drops a big freaking bomb on the enemy monsters, dealing damage with the impact as well as a second blast. The skill is placed a bit further out than I expected at first when I filmed this, causing the skill to fall just off the map. So that can happen as well. One downside of the skill is that it has a massive cooldown. Personally, due to the cooldown, I think this skill is not really worth it, so I'm not really using it right now. The next skill is called Advanced Missiles, which buffs the damage done by your missile-based skills. The next skill can be quite useful once PvP has been enabled again. This is a skill called Stun Grenade. It tosses 2 grenades 3 meters in front of you and they explode after half a second, dealing fire damage, and they have a chance to stun. This is useful when you're stuck in a crowd of monsters and need to buy some time if your other skills are on cooldown. You unlock this skill quite late at level 47, but this skill is also pretty awesome. It's called Suborbital Bombardment. It summons a small satellite that fires lasers for 12 seconds. This skill does have a long cooldown, but it can be easily combined with your magnetic bomb combo. Once enemies are grouped and stuck, this skill will help you clear a group of monsters at least a little bit faster. One thing that I was missing for most of my journey through the Maple world was a way to heal myself if my potions were on cooldown. At level 42 I unlocked the medkit though, which has been a lifesaver more than once. You drop a medkit that can be picked up by yourself or a party member, healing them instantly for a small amount. The skill Reload is something that you start with and will always have 1 point in. You can use this skill to regain some spirit. Useful for when you're out of battle and want to get some spirit back so you can jump right in with your combo. The final skill is Jet Boots. This skill allows you to fly away for a few blocks while also doing damage. This is your main dodging skill. You can use it twice in quick succession, but it will take some time to recover your stamina before you can use it again. This skill and Rocket Launcher are your only displacement skills, so use them wisely. Right now, this is my setup as shown in the video. I usually gather a group of monsters and then open up with Magnetic Bomb into Rocket Launcher. Then I just spam away with Electric Blast until the monsters die. While doing this, I also use the Suborbital Bombardment skill for some extra DPS if it isn't on cooldown. Stun grenades I rarely use if there's a group of monsters surrounding me and I need to create some distance, or buy some time for jet boots to be available again. And those were all heavy gunner skills. Thanks for watching, I hope this video was at least a little bit useful to you, and see you around in Maple 2.
What happened? Hello, hello.